still haven't had our laws reviewed. This is something that has been discussed from 2023. And of course, we need that moving with the Political Parties Act, the Electoral Act, major changes. A lot of people want major changes because some things were just rushed through during the 2021 period, and a lot of people know that, which caused a lot of issues. From your perspective as Supervisor of Election, what is holding us back?
When we look at the three electoral laws, I believe just like in other nations as well, one of the best practices is for us to have it a year before election year or even 2 years before election year. Now coming back to Fiji, sometimes things do happen, but we are so fortunate that when we raised it, things are moving, and now we're working towards getting the laws done. And so this is probably an opportunity as well to reach out to the Fijians out there. You know, most of the time we tend to talk about our electoral experiences. We vent it out on the social media, in the informal Talanoa sessions. But keep a lookout for these commissioners that will be coming around for the legal reform of the electoral laws, because this will be the platform where you could actually raise your concerns, and then it's reflected, and if it's accepted, then we'll be able to implement it as an implementation body.
One of the issues about any elections is to give public the confidence that it's a free and fair election. And the other issue is about the rules of the game are followed properly. Access to information is critical. Unfortunately, the previous government, one of the changes that they did was now you have to actually pay to see the declarations of assets and liabilities. You cannot even, I cannot even come and take photos of it over here. I cannot take it, pay it and print it out for people to see. And it seems like something that goes against that thread of accountability and transparency. As Supervisor of Elections, will you be looking at changing that?
In terms of the publication and viewing of this declaration of assets, expenses and liabilities, so rightfully said by you, in the previous laws there were accessibilities granted, but then it was later restricted. But we have received feedbacks from our stakeholders, and we have also reflected in our submission for this upcoming reform, and in it we've reflected in it the intentions of our stakeholders to view it. And so rest assured, Vijay, we've actually included in our submissions for it to revert back to the previous law, which is for anyone to come and view these declarations. But I must add, we have reflected it in our submission, but at the end of the day, whether it's accepted or not, it's another discussion. But we are aware of the concerns of our stakeholders. We've taken it on board, and it's on our submissions for the upcoming reform.
It will be a good way forward, especially with the current government also just tabling the Code of Conduct Bill, which also goes in line with the declaration of assets and liabilities. We also talked about the Supervisor of Elections having excessive powers. You currently have excessive powers. You can actually come and search my office if you believe that I have some documents that you need. That was some of the new laws or amendments were rushed through Standing Order 51. Do you expect to also ask that those excessive powers be taken away?
In terms of the excessive power of the Supervisor of Elections, we've also considered that, because it's something that was not only brought up by the stakeholders, but also in the multinational observer group report of the 2022 general election. What we've done is that we have looked at the current powers of the Supervisor of Elections and the ones that are not needed. we've actually made a proposal for it to be taken out. But the ones that are needed for operational purposes in terms of conducting the election and of course in terms of administering the role of the registrar of political parties, we've put it in.